Hey y'all, welcome back to the Sim Twins. My name is Brooke and today we are doing another speed build. Now this speed build is my first ever speed build in Evergreen Harbor, so I'm so excited to show you what I made. I decided to create a 100 baby home, but it's eco. So it's got a lot of the eco stuff that you need in order to make candles and other things like that, and you'll see that in this build. And I just thought it was a really fun way to kind of make a home that a lot of you all could enjoy in your gameplay. And if you like this, please make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on those notifications so you know every time that we post a new video. But let's get into the game, shall we? So basically, this is a box. I wanted to kind of make it like a container home, and so it just has like a bunch of rectangles on top of each other, so it really turns out to just look like a box because I put 2 on the bottom floor and 2 on the top floor, and I just thought, you know, maybe this is like an upcycled house, and what they did was they took these old containers and they decided to turn them into a sustainable home. So that's why the size is like just like very basic. I tried to make it a little more interesting on the outside with the ways that I used the wall pieces and decor and items and those kinds of stuff, just to make it feel a little more fun. And also in the middle of the house, I put this really fun little piece because there was this square piece in the middle that didn't have anything there because of the way that I laid out the boxes. And so what I did was I just added a palm tree that was super tall and went all the way up to the 3rd floor. And then I also added some just ground plants around that as well because I thought that was super cute. But honestly, I had such a hard time doing this house the other day. I think I spent a total of like 5 hours working on this build, maybe in total. And oh my gosh, it was just so hard to try and come up with a layout that actually worked and trying to figure out how I wanted to put in all the stuff that you need for a 100 baby challenge home. One of the things that I've noticed a lot in 100 baby challenge homes is that you really need like to have bathrooms where the toilet itself is separate from the other part of the bathroom, so kids don't get embarrassed like when they're in the bathroom and their sibling walks in on them because they need to like wash the dishes in the bathroom, which makes no sense to me. But you know what, Sims logic never makes sense to me. But anyway, I just had a really difficult time trying to figure out how to make sure that all of this worked. And really, even though this house I think has a pretty big floor plan, it was actually hard to try and put in everything that I wanted to, just because there was so much that I wanted to put into this build. But I really enjoyed the fact that I used the upstairs, the roof line really well. Like up there is where you have your solar panels and you have your water collector, and you also have a bunch of different eco lifestyle items that you can use. And then I also put out, you'll see later on the bottom floor, I put out a little table so your Sims could be entrepreneurial at their home and sell the candles that they make or whatever. But I just really enjoyed trying to make this house very unique and different from other houses that I've created. And I have created another container home on this channel before, way back before this pack ever came out. But I knew that once Eco Lifestyle came out and I heard about finally being able to create containers that actually looked like containers, I was like, I'm got to make another container home. And so here I am making another container home. And I originally had the plan to kind of create 2 balconies off the front of the house, but I ended up deleting the second one where the orange door is right now, as you see. And I just did that because that is actually, there are windows there and they look into the toddler bedroom. Because one of the things about the 100 baby challenge is that raising toddlers, you want the toddlers to be on the 1st floor, because toddlers, until they reach a certain level of walking ability, you can't go up and down stairs. So it's just really annoying to have them like not be able to get to the kitchen or that kind of stuff, especially if like all that stuff is on the 1st floor but the bedrooms are on the 2nd floor. So I made sure that the toddler bedroom was on the 1st floor, even though originally I was going to put the mom's room on the 1st floor, but I decided to actually move hers up to the 2nd floor, and she actually gets a huge bedroom in the end. And what I do with that space is I add a beautiful master ensuite so she can go and relax there. And I also added a little place where the cribs go, so you know the cribs are in her bedroom and she can take care of them whenever she needs to in the middle of the night. But the layout, like I said, was so hard, and there's actually not a living room space very well. There is kind of a living room space, but it's not as big as you would think a living room space would be in a kind of house like this. And it also isn't a traditional living room space in the sense that it doesn't have a TV. It only has bookcases and it has some toys for the kids, but there's no TV in this house. So if you want to add a TV, definitely do that. But what I did was I decided to expand the floor plan of the first floor by adding in these two 3x3 squares on both sides of the house that flanked where the little garden area was in the center that I did with the palm tree and stuff. And the first part, this is the very front room that you get to, the very first door that you enter after you get into the house. I made it into this powder bath, and I also finally got laundry day, so I decided to put laundry in this unit. But I realized later on that having laundry when you're trying to do the 100 baby challenge is actually really, really annoying. So if you want to download this house, it is on our gallery. We are the Sim Twins 14. You can always go through and delete the laundry unit, so you don't have to worry about that during your 100 baby challenge gameplay. But I put that in there because I was like, I'm so excited to use the laundry day stuff pack finally. So that's why I put it in. But on second thought, I thought, oh my gosh, your poor Sims are going to go crazy trying to do laundry for all those children. So you can definitely delete that. But I did put a hamper in each of the rooms. So if you play with laundry and it's not your 100 baby house, you just turn it into like a regular house or whatever, you could totally keep the laundry and it'll be completely ready for your Sims to do as much laundry as they need to do. But I just thought it was a really cute bathroom, and I really liked how that bathroom turned out actually. And then, so here is where I was talking about this living space. So the living space is actually really tiny, as you can see. It's only about a 3x3 space. And like I said, I did not put in a TV, but you could totally put in a TV if you wanted to. You could put a TV and use the 9 key and move it up and put it on top of the bookcases, but I just didn't do that. I just thought, like, your Sims don't need a TV. They have so many other screens that they look at, but I just really wanted to make this like a very cutesy, fun place. Originally, I was thinking of it kind of like an office, but it kind of just more turned into a lounge space for people to hang out. There's only a couple of chairs here. One of them is the cute little bear chair that is like a child version chair, and the toddlers can sit on there, and it's so cute. And I used a lot of the fabricated stuff from Eco Lifestyle because I love the fabricated stuff in Eco Lifestyle. I love all of the build buy objects, but especially the fabricated stuff. I think they're actually cuter than some of the stuff that they did that are not fabricated. I just really like that a lot. And I tried to make the house like pretty green and eco-friendly, even though it does have that container siding on the outside. Again, I tried to justify that by saying, oh, they're upcycling these containers and turning it into a home space. So that's the reason why they look like a container on the outside. And I used a lot of the new stuff in this pack, but I didn't pack restrict myself to specifically Eco Lifestyle. Like I said, I also used Laundry Day, and I used the kitchen is mainly Parenthood kitchen because Parenthood has just like great kitchen stuff. So there's just a different number of packs that I used. But if you're interested in seeing me do a specific build, like a specific base game only build, please let me know in the comments section below, because I would love to do anything like that to make kind of like houses that you all request. I'm definitely working, as always, on my skills in building and trying to make myself better at building, and I just really enjoy having that challenge of only being able to use certain packs, because when you're pack restricted, I feel like that really brings out my creativity more, because I have less options, and so I have to be much more cohesive with my design, and I have to be much more sparing with what I do. But I really did like the way that the kitchen turned out. It's so nice and big, and it has an island space so that your Sims, there are 3 spots on the island, so your Sims can sit down there and do their homework, eat breakfast, eat lunch, and that kind of stuff. And I did not forget to put in a trash can this time, y'all. I'm learning. I put in the smart trash can. So it's the money trash can, and it'll give you money every time you throw anything away, which is great during the 100 baby challenge, especially. This is definitely not like the 100 baby challenge house that you start out at the beginning, because it's definitely not in the budget of a single sim. But, you know, if you're like on your like second matriarch or something like that, and you've had several babies and you have lots of money flowing through because, you know, you've sold all your art or you've gardened a lot, like this would be a great like second home for your 100 baby family. I really like it. I was thinking about moving my own 100 baby family into this home, and maybe then moving to Evergreen Harbor, because they have been in Sulani for quite a few babies. So I might want to just like change it up and go somewhere new and check out Evergreen Harbor, not Eco Lifestyle, Evergreen Harbor. But yeah, so I did put a small dining table in here. This is another one of the fabricated dining tables, and I just love that blue swatch. It matched the blue on the walls so well, and I love the windows that come with Eco Lifestyle. I just love how they have that little jutting out place so you can like place things there, because in real life, like a lot of people do have like those windowsills where they put stuff, and I just really like adding in all of those different details that make it feel like a real home. But y'all, I watched the new show, the new reality show by The Sims Sparked, yesterday. I watched the first episode, and I kind of liked it. I don't know, it was definitely kind of confusing for me how to turn The Sims, which I see as like a very much a sandbox game, which you can do whatever you want, into a challenge type thing where you have the people on the different teams and they're competing and that kind of stuff. It just doesn't feel like it's a game in which I want to compete against a lot of other people, especially like the fact that the second round, which they had 5 hours, but 5 hours is not a lot of time. Like I said, I spent like 5 hours almost working on this build on Sunday when I was making this build. So 5 hours, and they had to create their Sims, they had to create their houses, and they also had to do an entire video with voiceover. Like, that's crazy to do that in only 5 hours. And I was just like, oh my goodness. I was thinking about like how those people were under so much pressure, and it just really ramped up my anxiety, because I was all like, The Sims is my happy place. It's where I like to go when I have a stressful time, because I can just go and build and do whatever I want to be creative. And just watching them have to be under that time constraint and work with people that they've never worked with before and do it under the 5 hour time limit was just so nerve-wracking to me. But it had some great simmers in there, that the English simmer, Plumbella, Simlacy, who I really admire, and Dr. Ashley. So if you're interested in watching that, it is free to watch now, because they put it up on BuzzFeed Multiplayer's channel. Kelsey and Peachy K of the 100 Baby Challenge fame is one of the judges, so it makes sense that they put that onto the onto the BuzzFeed multiplayer platform, so you can watch the first episode for free now on YouTube. And I highly suggest, if you like reality TV shows, like reality competition shows, which I really do, I love like the Great British Baking Show and those kinds of stuff, like definitely check it out. But it's just, oh, y'all, it was stressful. And some of the people that they chose to, like, be part of it, I was just like, dang, oh my gosh, these people are kind of annoying. And it was just like, how in the world did I not know about, like, half of these simmers? And just, like, the way that they kind of paired them up was interesting. It was all random, but, I mean, I thought that the teams were kind of fun. And they tried to make it so that each of the teams had a stylist, a builder, and a storyteller on there. So, you know, they had like a good mixture of people who were on each team with certain skills. But some of the people who they gave the specific role of stylist to, I could see them also being part of the storytelling group and even sometimes part of the building group, like, and vice versa, like that, just because of how varied people are whenever they play The Sims. Like, I am definitely leaning towards a builder, and I think that's the easiest kind of simmer to categorize when you think about the categories of simmer, because like I think that especially when it comes to doing really elaborate and really fantastic builds, it takes a lot of skill and it takes a lot of time to become a good builder. Like you can't just like get into this game and automatically think that you're going to be able to build a mansion on your first try. And I definitely know from playing since The Sims 2, like the game mechanics to building has become a lot easier, which has been really awesome, because I think that has been able to open up the franchise to a lot more casual gamers who want to try and build, but they don't understand like the game mechanics behind like the Sims 3 game, which was a lot harder because there wasn't the drag and drop options. So I do like that they made building more accessible, but that still in my mind doesn't equate to, oh, if you jump right into the game and you've never built before, you're going to be a great builder. Whereas I think in CAS, it's not that hard to make really nice looking Sims. Sometimes if you don't have like specific CC and you want a specific look through the CC, like maybe that might be an issue. But other than that, like there's a lot of building blocks within CAS that makes it easier to start making really awesome looking Sims in CAS. But anyway, let's jump back into talking about the build. That's just a really fun show. Check it out if you like reality television shows. It's kind of fun. But I decided to make the mother and master ensuite because even though she has to raise 100 babies, I always like to treat my matriarch like a queen that she is. So I always try and give her a beautiful bathroom that is really nice. So I went like all white. I did the marble tiling from Dine Out because that was a new pack that I just got. And I used the subway tile because I just loved how that looked. It's nice and white. I love that color scheme for a bathroom. It just looks very clean and very big. And the bed, honestly, this bedroom for the mother is like my favorite part of the entire build. It has this little divider here, so her bed is kind of divided from this other part of the room because the room is huge. The room is almost the same size as the two children's bedroom across the way and their bathrooms. It's almost the same size as that. So it's a huge bedroom. And that's why I was able to put in the master ensuite, and I used some of the new decorations that we got from Eco Lifestyle, like that palm front. I love the palm front. And I also used some just different like decor items just to make her room feel really nice and really inviting. And over here, I did a very fun thing that I did in one of my previous family home builds that I did, and I put a little bassinet area. So like I said, it's really nice to have the babies being in the same room as the mother at night when they're crying and that kind of stuff. It's just easier. And then I used the trick where I take just a regular accent table and I put an ottoman in it, and it makes it look like a changing table. And I did not come up with that idea on my own. That was definitely something that I have seen so many other simmers do in their videos, and I really thought that it was just a cool idea, so I wanted to incorporate that into my own build. So I definitely didn't come up with that on my own. So it's not credit to me, it's credit to other great simmers who are really good at building and making things come together so that they look like items that we don't have in the game. And of course I had to add in curtains, and I now am on the roof, and I originally wanted to use this very large overhang thing that came with Eco Lifestyle that was really pretty, but it just took up so much space on the roof. And when you're in the gameplay, it doesn't go away like when you hide the walls because it's not part of the wall. And so it's just really annoying because it's always in your face. So I ended up just deleting it later because it was just really annoying to not only put things underneath it, but also when you're playing your game, you're just always going to be distracted by that, and it's always going to be in your camera view, and that's just really annoying for gameplay. So I ended up deleting it, but I put in some stuff. Originally here I had like the fabricator, and I also had the one, the one that turns garbage into cubes or whatever, and I just took those out, and I left the candle making station and the fizzy juice making station because I thought, those are gonna be like more along the lines of something you might have at your home. The fabricator thing just was like really like high tech, and it just didn't really fit the way that I thought about these people. But I put in these cute new bikes that I really love, the new bikes that came with the Eco Lifestyle pack. They're just so cute, and they have a bunch of different personalities, a lot more personality than the bikes that came with Discovery University, so I really like that. And I don't know whether or not kids can ride bikes yet. I don't know if they added that in as a new update or not, but I would really hope that kids could ride bikes, because I just think that kids should be able to ride bikes. That's like what I did as a kid so much, was riding bikes, and I love doing that so much. So I just really want my sim kids to be able to ride bikes, y'all. Like, give me that. But I put in, so there really isn't a backyard to this because of the way that the lot is placed. There really isn't a backyard. There's a side yard. So in the side yard, I created this sand pit, and I put in a bunch of kid toys because I just like to spoil my children in The Sims 4. Honestly, I just love to spoil them. I love to give them like every little thing that I did not have growing up. Like, I did not have a jungle gym like that, or monkey bars like that. I did have a backyard swing area and a little playhouse. So I really wasn't deprived of that much when I was younger, but I also just like really like to spoil my children in The Sims 4. And so I made this cute little area with the sand pit. And so because this is sand from the build tools, and it's not just like a swatch for the ground, you can actually build sandcastles in this as well. So that's really cool that your Sims can come out here and build sandcastles with their siblings. But I also put in another dollhouse out here, and I put in that little toddler kiddie pool because it's just so cute. And of course I had to add in some greenery because that just makes your build feel so much nicer. And I really liked this build. It took me a long time, but I really loved doing it, and I hope that you all enjoyed it too. But we're getting close to the end of the video now. Please make sure that you like, subscribe, and comment, and I'll see you in another video. Bye, y'all.